Time for my June TBR. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and today I've got my June TBR. We are already halfway through the year, like OMG. Crazy stuff. I'm very excited. We've got 6 books here to the left of me. We are going to link them down below. Also down there is Danielle's channel and the Patreon. And yeah, very exciting stuff here. Got my typical stuff over here, and I'm very excited to get to them. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's start with the books. Alright, the first book up is going to be the book club pick of the month for the Dead is Better book club, and that is going to be The House That Horror Built by Christina Henry. So, like I said in the last month one, a lot of the ones that we're going to do book club stuff with, I don't want to know a whole lot going into just because I want some vagueness. I'm very excited to get into this one. I believe I've read a Christina Henry book in the past. I just am fully blanking out on what it was called, but I think I gave it... I can't remember what it was. But yeah, so the little blurb on the back says, a single mother working in the gothic mansion of a reclusive horror director stumbles upon terrifying secrets in the captivating new novel from the national best-selling author of Good Girls Don't Die and Horsemen. So it definitely was not either of those books. So I don't remember. Wasn't it like a Halloween book? I think it was a Halloween book, maybe.
Near the Bone.
Near the Bone. Oh yeah, that was a really good book. Oh, that's this Christina Henry. Yeah, that was a really solid story. That was 5 stars actually. So, okay. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this book, and I'm like, now that I'm like remembering who Christina Henry is, because it's been a while. I think that was the only book I've read by her, so not surprised why I don't remember her all that well. But that was a very, very good book. So I'm very excited to get to this. Again, this is the Dead is Better book club pick on our Patreon. So check that out if you'd like to join us on this journey. It'll be just like how I've done the past two, like a little like reading vlog or like reviews strictly for the Patreon. So if you want my thoughts on this book, go to Patreon. So there you have The House That Horror Built by Christina Henry. Alright, next up is going to be an author that I don't know the last time I read a book by her. It's been a year and a half maybe. Paletto by Anya Alborn. If you guys have been a loyal Zacks book fan, watcher, whatever you want to call yourselves, you know that early on in my booktube career that Anya Alborn was like one of my go-to girls with like reading books, and like her and Darcy were like my like queens. And then I just kind of, I don't know if it was just like I just wasn't paying attention to what Anya was coming out with or what, but we got a new Anya Alborn book that I want to read. And she's the author of the book called Brother, which, oh my goodness, that was a hell of a book. I give that one 5 stars too. A lot of McDonald's references, I think. But yeah, so talking about this book, there's a little blurb on the back here I'm going to read for you. In homage to Ira Levin's chilling masterpiece Rosemary's Baby, which that book was pretty solid, Alborn's Paletto delves into the depths of human desire, probing the boundaries of sacrifice and obsession. How far would you go to grasp your heart's deepest desires? Watching your dream become a waking nightmare, how loud would you scream? So this, I believe it's going to be a physical read because I don't think there is a audiobook. It's a little bit on the shorter side. Actually, here's her list of books. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm caught up here. I don't know, whatever. Actually, I think it's her collections I have not read. I think I've read every novel, but I have not read collections. I think there's a couple collections I haven't gotten to. But regardless, I'm excited to get to this one, especially if it is a slight comparison or an homage to Rosemary's Baby, because I actually did enjoy Rosemary's Baby. I feel like I need to reread Rosemary's Baby, though. It's been a fat minute. So, but yeah, there you have Paletto by Anya Alborn. All right, speaking of queens of books that I love, next up I have From Below by Darcy Coates. Again, if you have been a long fan of my channel, you know that Darcy Coates is who I consider to be the queen of horror and thriller stuff that I've read. I have a lot of shorter books on this month's TBR, so I picked a little bit of a beefier one from Darcy. I mean, there's not much else I could really say. It's Darcy Coates. Most of everything she has written, I have thoroughly enjoyed. The Gravekeeper series, I just finished book 4, and I'm very excited for that series. This one, blurb in the back says, no light, no air, no escape. Hundreds of feet beneath the ocean surface, a graveyard waits. Just like anything that this lady writes, I just go into it presuming it's either going to be 4 or 5 stars, because I'm yet to really encounter anything less than 3. So, So this one is, so her niche, whatever you want to say, is more like haunted house in a sense. The Grave Creeper series is a little bit different, and this one is a little bit different too. It's more like, I mean, as you can tell from below, it's going to be about water and being underwater, as the blurb says. There's also another one she has called Parasite, which is about space, and I have really wanted to read that one, but I don't know if there's an audiobook, and it's a bit on the bigger side, so don't know when that'll happen. But From Below, I'm hopefully going to get to that this month, so From Below, Darcy Coates. Next up is going to be How Can I Help You by Laura Sims. So this is one that Danielle had read last year, and she really liked it. And so I am hoping to also enjoy it. She's giving this to me as a recommendation. We don't really do the Danielle picks because we have the book club picks now, so she's kind of lost that. But she's recommending this one to me, and she said she really liked it. So here's the blurb. The lives of 2 librarians become dangerously intertwined in this razor-sharp exploration of human nature and the lure of artistic obsession. I didn't know if that was supposed to say lore, so that's why I had to reread that 4 times, so I apologize. So yeah, no, this is, even though she doesn't get the Danielle picks, I'm considering to say Danielle pick because it's her recommendation. It's the Danielle recommendation. She read this last year. Danielle is the librarian, so it's on the skinnier side, like I said, which is why I got the beefier Darcy Coates. But yeah, very excited to get to this. Never read anything by her before, so we'll see if I enjoy it as well. There you have How Can I Help You by Laura Sims. Alright, next up is Going Zero by Anthony McCarten? I think it's McCarten. We'll say McCarten. So this is a book that we're going to actually purchase when it came out. It's from a library. But the cover of this book was so aggravating because it would leave fingerprints all over it. No matter where you grabbed it, how clean your hands were, it just smudged the cover. And nobody really talks about this book. I have yet to really see anybody mention this book or talk about it, and it sounds pretty intriguing. The brief rundown that I kind of got when I was reading it, I'll just say the blurb here. Well, yeah, I'll tell you the big portions. 2 hours to vanish, 1 chance to escape, 0 alternatives. Reading through this, it looks like that there are 10 people who are in this contest to see if they can stay hidden from this spyware technology, and if they win, they get a very large amount of money. It basically sounded like The Running Man to me. The concept of you have to stay hidden, you have to hide. If you get caught, then you lose. Not how the movie is, but yeah. So it kind of gave me those vibes when I initially had read the blurb and read the description. So it's kind of like The Running Man is how I'm going to go into it thinking. But if it's not, it's not. I might still enjoy it. I don't know. Again, nobody really talks about this, but maybe it's because nobody could pick up the damn book because it just kept smudging every time you'd pick up the damn thing. So maybe that's why no one's talking about it. But yeah, there you have Going Zero by Anthony McCarten. Alright, last up is going to be the King pick of the month. Again, I might add another King because I'm going through that whole rereading and doing rant reviews on them. If you have not seen my Cujo one, that one has already been posted. Check it out up here. We'll put it up here somewhere if you want to check that video out. So the pick that I have for this one is going to be Gerald's Game. So there's one that I've done that has not been posted, and that's Different Seasons. So that one still needs to be put up. But I've done, I think, 4 or 5 of these already, and most of them have all been books that I have enjoyed or are in my top 20 or 30 range for books of all time. If you've not seen that video, check it out up here because it's a very big video. So I wanted to pick something that's a little bit towards the middle to lower half, and I know a lot of when I posted that King ranking video, some people were commenting saying that Gerald's Game is one of their favorites and they really liked it. I want to give it another chance, and I know that this one when King originally had written this, he like kind of was. I thought it was supposed to be like a companion with Dolores Claiborne, which is actually one that I liked better. But he decided to split them because if you like look at the inside of the books, there's like a map of like something, and it's like the exact same, or it's like something with like the eclipse in this book is like the same as the eclipse in Dolores Claiborne. Some weird nostalgia thing between the two of those books because I think they're supposed to be like one book, but then he like split them into two different stories. Potato, potato. Regardless, this is one that was more towards like the 50 range for me. It wasn't one that really like hit me all that well. I remember liking it when I did read it, but it's been a while now, so I want to give this one a read. I know I have a bunch of other ones I'm going to need to do as well. I'm very excited for the one that we were potentially going to be doing in July, so which you're not going to know that one until the July TBR. Check that out next month. So yeah, there you have. Well, I didn't give a description of this book. So basically what ends up happening is this a man and a woman, which that's way too hard to read. There's a man and a woman, and basically they're like I think trying to like revive their like relationship and their marriage, and basically like the woman gets handcuffed to a bed because they're trying to have kinky time, and the guy has a fucking heart attack, and so she's stuck handcuffed to a bed, and there's like no help at all. I remember, I mean, there's a scene towards the end I remember that's like really graphic, and I'm excited to get to that part again, but also not. But yeah, no, basically it's like her like journey, like basically like mentally, and like what's going on with her as she's like stuck in this situation, and like it's basically like a survival story, basically is what it is. So yeah, very excited. We'll see if I enjoy it better this time around. There you have Gerald's Game by Stephen King. Alright, so a book I do not have because it's not out yet. Riley Sager has a book coming out this month. I think it's called Middle of the Night. Maybe we'll put the cover up, I'm not sure. But that is one that's also going to be technically part of this TBR because I always read Riley Sager's new releases. So, and the last one was just so darn good. Yeah. So yeah, there you have my June TBR. Again, we'll link these six books down below for you if you want to check any of them out. If you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Also, let me know what you're planning to read for the month of June. Also, don't forget to check out Danielle's channel, the Patreon down there if you want to join us for The House That Horror Built by Christina Henry. I'm shocked I forgot that she was the author of that book that I read because that was such a good book. So, but yeah, no. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.